Rise and shine, wild ones. It's Bernadette, your YouTube elf on the shelf, here with your Pick a Card Daily Tarot reading for Thursday, December 16th, 2020. The ruling planet is Jupiter. I got to get things done. And the ruling chakra is the heart chakra. So, this is going to be a super fast reading today because I'm an elf and I got things to do and I got Santa to help and I got you guys to help. So, when you take a look at and thank you guys for those of you guys that left a review on Amazon. I really appreciate it. And I'm putting a call out again for anybody who has the Arc Tarot and Oracle deck. You would please, please, please leave a review on Amazon. It is so helpful for my business, so helpful for the animals. It helps them get out to more people. That raises the consciousness for animals even more. And then animals have even better things done for them. So we're going to take a look very quickly at the traditional meanings of the Rider-Waite tarot card for the well, in my deck, it's the otter, and that correlates to the Six of Cups in the Rider-Waite deck. This card is so sweet, and it's really interesting to me because a couple of days ago, the sun came out. It was like this amazing, glorious time, and then wham, we got shark came at us, right? The devil came at us just yesterday, and now we're back to the kindness and the generosity and the just the mirth and the playfulness. And so that tells me that sometime this week, or maybe even just very closely into the future, you might have a tremendous high, and then wham, you might have a tremendous low, but like that, you're going to bounce back from it. Or what I'm also hearing is like you get news that you think is bad news, and you're like, oh man. And then you find out literally hours later, or the next day, or the next couple of days, that was false. That was false. It was false. It was an illusion. It wasn't real, and you're moving past it very, very quickly. So when we look at this bounce back that we're going to do, it's going to be something collaborative, meaning somebody else is going to play a part in it. You're going to play a part in it, and there are going to be just these great memories created, like this treasure trove of joy and valuable lessons. The Six of Cups, its tarot card meanings. It's about pure and innocent pleasure. And the devil is not, the devil is not really anything having to do with childish anything. And so it's almost like you're going to have to adult to the nth degree one day. And then the next day you can go, you know what? I spent, being an adult is just bad advice, and I don't want to do it anymore. And I'm going back to, being the most childlike version of myself while still being responsible, right? So the other thing is, in this particular card with the Six of Cups, there's a huge sun energy in it. And that again is going to go back to the duck, which is the sun card in the major arcana in the Animal Tarot and Oracle deck. And so it's like you've got this great bright day, this dark day, and you bounce back with this bright day again. And you're going to be able to let go of the grudges that you might have, or any ill will or feelings that you might have from whatever happened yesterday. You're just going to be able to let it go. And that for a lot of you, that's going to be a big step forward, because I feel that a lot of you watching this today are really having attachments, like really heavily attached to just can't cut those threads that don't serve you anymore. This is the day to do that. Okay, so let me just shoot straight. When you take a look back into your childhood, some of us can not remember things as accurately as they might have been. Whether it was like, oh, I had this amazing childhood, when actually everyone that surrounded you knows that it was not like that in your family, but you've disassociated, or you're hiding, or you're covering, or you've compartmentalized, or whatever. You may actually remember it like that, but it may not actually be like that. The converse is true. You may just think that your childhood was just a miserable time, and you're the only one that thinks that, because you have siblings or parents or friends or family or whatever is like, that kid had the most magical childhood, but they were committed to being miserable. They just were committed to the misery. And there are people like that. So today is a good day to consider the child of you the child within. Oh, I hate that term. It's just so overused, but uh, just consider that aspect of yourself, because as we move into the new year, you're really going to be asked to take a good look at where the feelings and actions and reactions and ideas and opinions that you have today, where did those crop up from, and are they accurate? Are they truly accurate? And that's a deep dive that, is a little tougher to make, but you're going to be called to do that. When you take a look at the cup on the top of the garden pillars, that shows there's a great deal of pleasure, and it's also a reference to the Ace of Cups, which of course symbolizes joy, divine gifts. And then the row of cups across the bottom references the Four of Cups, suggesting that what you're seeing is the Six of Cups in a vision or a reminiscence, but not an actual event. Again, you're being asked to take a look at what's an illusion, which ties back into the Devil card yesterday, and what is real, which again ties back into the Devil card, but also it ties back into this card. When you take a look at the kid on the right, the Six of Cups, this is the future. The red headscarf is a symbol of her enthusiasm. The leopard spotted overgarment represents strength and courage, and the white mittens are the sign of innocence. The taller one, the red-blue, it's a dwarf, the past. The colors, they imply that the memories that you're feeling are emotional rather than factual. Now, does that mean that this card is not the, oh gosh, this is about reunion and reminiscing and fun times and pure joy? It's about all of that. But if you're stuck in the past, your memories can be a treasure trove of inspiration, or they can be the thing you think is holding you back or holding you down. But the Six of Cups is a bridge. It's a bridge of the past and the future. And if you will focus and set the intention on letting the joy flow in and out of those cups by reflecting on the past, reminiscing about the past, taking a more accurate look at it, you're going to be good to go. How that blends into the otter is, otters, even though they're land animals, they're really primarily associated with the water element. That is all about, your emotions. And they're so representative of the child, again, the child within. They're mischievous and they show a sense of humor, and they're always getting into something, and they're eternally curious. They're just the chattiest things. Mostly river otters, which you see depicted in the Arc Tarot. It's like, don't sit around and think about your moment of bliss. Allow yourself to experience it. When otter, you guys have all seen the photos, right? The memes with the otters holding paws as they sleep and they go down the river. That's the connection, right? That's that one giving another person that great gift. Or, as in this card, you're looking at the past, but you're also looking at the future. And I'm reminded of how close otters are in their familial bonds. And I'm wondering if this whole thing is very specifically about family, this whole reading. And that doesn't mean your blood family. That can be whatever family you have of your choosing. And the other thing about the past and the present, baby otters, they're buoyant, but they can't always swim. So when you see those very sweet pictures of baby otter on mommy and mommy holding, she's literally saving that child's life. Literally saving that child's life. The child being the future, the mom being the past. And, maybe there's some mom stuff. Yesterday could have been about daddy issues because of the card. The Devil card today could be about mommy issues. Or conversely, it could be about honoring your mom because she did bring you into this world, and in that not only created a life but saved a life in a way. Maybe you are in a place where you just can't swim at the moment, and you just really need a mom figure, just somebody to wrap their arms around you and hold you close and show you it's going to be okay and tell you it's going to be okay and help you make it be okay. That very well could be your calling for today. Overall, though, otters are just about having fun. Now, that doesn't say that they, they hunt when they need to eat, they do the things that they need to do. It's just it's just a time to be joyous. So no matter what is going on in your busy, busy day today, sit in your heart chakra and figure out, like, if it doesn't like immediately come to you, okay, but figure it out until you are to a place where you just feel this wellspring of joy. And if you're having a problem or a challenge creating that joy in yourself, try it on the outside of yourself first. Look around you and see what you can do for somebody that will make them experience joy. And when you see their face light up and you see their gratitude, just not from a sense of, I did that, I made that happen, not from that sense, but isn't it so beautiful to see someone experiencing that? I'm like that with kids everywhere I go. I just, I can be having the crappiest day. I only allow myself one of those a year, but on that one crappy day a year, uh, I do something where I can watch kids be kids, because when they laugh, that Tinkerbell, sweet, innocent, no holding anything back, that laugh, just how do you stay icky after that? You just really can't. And so just the sheer appreciation that someone else is experiencing that moment, it just comes back. It will just come back and it will fill that heart chakra. When you want to take a little bit of a deeper dive into otters, uh, realize that it is a deep dive. Those animals can go down pretty far into the water, and that tells us that you just really might be being called to a time that you are being asked to swim deeper, to go deeper, to dive deeper into your emotions, but specifically into your childhood emotions, letting go of the past if it doesn't serve you, holding on to what does serve you, and carrying that with you moving forward. You've seen the video. Scientists are studying why otters carry rocks with them. Well, they're really amazing for creating their own tools. So it's thought a lot that they carry rocks so they can crack open seafood shells. That they can. It's like a tool. It's like a person would carry a hammer or a phone or a whatever into, as their tool for whatever they need. It's the same kind of thing. So you might be really well served to see what kind of tools that you might need. Now, I've been having a lot of conversations with people about them starting their own YouTube channels, about them starting their own websites, about them starting their own cake decorating business, wanting to go back to school to be a network engineer, just really anything. And you've got to know, of course, those things require tools. I often find that when people are starting an entrepreneurship, they are loath to make the investment in what they need. Now, you can only afford what you can only afford, right? But if you start somewhere, you eventually get everywhere you want to be. And so Otter will also teach you today that if there are tools of some kind that you need to, it doesn't even have to be a job, y'all. It doesn't have to be a career or business. It can be fix your house. It can be you've got shoes that are worn, you should get some new shoes, you just haven't done it yet. It can be all kinds of things. Now, what does that have to do with this card and children? When was the last time you got a new pair of fun sneakers? When was the last time that you bought a kitchen gadget that you're like, I just bought this toaster off of Amazon, right? And I toast every morning, some kind of bread, bagel, Eggo, some kind of something. I have a toaster. It's giant for my kitchen. It's a 4 slicer. It's this big industrial looking thing because it's a good toaster. It's sterling. And I was like, God, it looks like Darth Vader. I don't like it. So I got on Amazon. They had these retro toasters. I know these things are made like, ew. I know that they're not great quality, and things still $40. But it's cute as it can be, and it's seafoam green, and it's this retro style, and it looks so cute in my boho house. And I tried it last night for the first time. I just got it. I tried it last night for the first time. Y'all, That thing's about horrible. It doesn't heat evenly. It doesn't cook evenly. The outside, I'm just afraid it's going to melt off because it's plastic, which they tell you, in the reviews, people say, this is plastic, and they tell you in the product description. But I'm like, okay, well, there's all kinds of industrial plastic. So I'm thinking about returning it, but you know what? I don't think I will because I love it so much. Just looking at it brings me joy. And if I just know that in the mornings I'm going to have to, pop that thing up and turn my bagel under so that, so that it gets even cooking, I'm weighing it, like what's the balance? What's going to bring me more joy? A perfectly baked bagel or a perfectly toasted bagel, or just something that when I whiz past my kitchen every day, I go, "You're so cute. You're so cute. You're so cute. You're so cute." I'm probably going to go on form over function, looks over function. That's just the kind of gal I am. But it just makes me so happy, like a kid would be happy. They don't know quality. You can get them the rattiest, tattiest made Tonka truck that's a knockoff of Tonka or some kind of baby doll. Well, girls know about baby dolls. You can't get them knockoffs, but you know what I'm going with this. They don't know. They don't know the difference. So I'm pretending not to know the difference. I just like the way that it looks. It's kind of like having the toaster version of an easy bake oven. It's not really meant to do a whole heck of a lot, but it makes me happy, right? So that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. As you guys walk through today, please walk in joy. If you can't find the joy in yourself, help create it in other people, and then just watch them and see if you can sync up with the joy that they're experiencing, and then the joy starts to come back to you, not because you did a good thing, not because you helped create joy in someone, but the sheer pleasure of observing joy, childlike magic in the eyes of someone else. So, all that said, I hope that was helpful. Pick up your copy of the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Remember, please, please, please go leave a testimonial on Amazon. And the most important thing you can do today is to stay wild.